Welcome. So, boys, let's start today. Let's meditate, actually. I've been doing 20 minutes every morning. Let's just do like a minute together. It's the end of the day for me, so I can just like relax now. Just breathe manually. Breathe like a king. Not like a shallow breathing, agitated little teenager who's insecure. Breathe like a king. Like you don't even care if your stomach sticks out. You're the one who rules the kingdom. Like breathe like you actually want some power in this world. That feels good. How are we, boys? I joined your program. Fuck yeah, bravo. I hope it serves you well, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for trusting me enough. What do you think about it? Who's in Library of Adonis here? Let's start this stream doing some Jew maxing. That's so funny, bro. Oh fuck, we got so many guys. So everyone who's typing me is in Library of Adonis, the paid program that's in the top link in the description. And what do we think about it? Should we get more guys in there? Every time we hit a milestone, I'm gonna make us a new course in there. So when we hit, let's say when we hit 2,800 guys in there, I'll make the next course. Right now we have, let's have a look. Let me share my screen with you. I said, I love Library of Adonis, bro. I joined 2 weeks ago and the community is so good. The best part by far. This is, you see right now, this is Library of Adonis. High Performer course is the best course I've ever watched. So I make courses and we have like a community of guys who are all on self-improvement. And it's so nice to actually be around other guys who are like you. But then some of the best parts is like I make very long, detailed courses. Like each one of these is like a few hours long. This one I think is about 10 hours where I explain like how to become successful. And right now we have 2,694 people. So just under 2.7K. When we hit 2.8K, I'll start working on the next course. So if you guys are inside of Library of Adonis, if you help me get more guys in there, we hit 2.8K, I'll work on the next one. We'll do a poll and see what the next one are. For all the guys who are inside, what's the best part of it? And you can convince people to join as well. Top link in the description, boys. Jew maxing. Red Pill course completely changed my life, and High Performer has been really helpful too. Yeah, these are 2 courses that we have inside of the community. I spent days, even like weeks on both one. And yeah, just put them in the top link in the description. The courses are so good. It's always so good seeing you guys hype it up, man. Honestly, I feel like the community is really strong in there, which has been really fucking awesome to see. Yeah, the community. Red Pill course and social Chad plus high performer. Let's fucking go. Everyone join Library of Adonis. It genuinely changed my life. I met a whole new friend group that I'm moving in with before the end of the year. Fuck yeah, that's the shit I love to hear, man. Awesome. This is what I'm saying to you boys, right? It isn't one of the hardest parts of self-improvement finding other guys who are similar to you, like on self-improvement. Someone just joined. Vladimir Vladimir M just joined. I get like a notification every time someone joins. Like the one of the hardest parts of self-improvement is you now aren't a Jeffrey and you need to meet other guys who are on the same path as you, but you don't really meet them. Even when you go to the gym and you speak to people there, you kind of like, you realize they're still weirdly Jeffreys in the same thing. So it's nice, man. You join this. There's 2,600, almost 2.7 thousand guys in there who are similar to you. And Red Pill was super powerful. Let's go. That's fucking awesome to see, man. So if you guys want to join, top link at the description. And that's enough Jew maxing for today. How are we, boys? I had another brilliant day. So good. Honestly, so fucking good. I woke up, worked, straight to the gym, 1 hour cardio on the treadmill, 1 hour like walking, like hiking on the treadmill with an incline, and reading on my phone as well for 1 hour. And then sat outside, journaled, everything awesome, read my book, journaled, went inside for a mobility session. I did hip, knee, and ankle today for 1 hour. Oh, it was like 50 minutes class. And then sat outside again. I won't lie, after that, it was a bit dead. It was kind of like when it gets to about 12 o'clock in Asia, it's kind of like almost disgusting to be outside. It's like really humid and sweaty. It was kind of uncomfortable. So I'm trying to figure this out for tomorrow. I'm going to change the plan a little bit. But either way, I still was outside, didn't even use my phone or anything. I still journaled, read my book and whatever. And then 2 p.m. went to kickboxing. And yeah, smashed the kickboxing. So good. Who's seen my Instagram? I just posted a story on there. Let me show you guys. I posted a story on my Instagram, and so many people have been messaging me saying like, "Oh, I look really fucking good," because I'm pretty big. I'm like bigger than I was when I used to train. Let me show you. And so I just did that. Just came back home, relaxed. Time for a stream. Who's seen the Instagram? Look at this. Elliot said, "Me, you're looking fast, G." Daniel said, "I saw your story. The pads were so loud." This hypes me up, man. Honestly, this is fucking cool seeing the guys notice that like my training's been good. Look at it. Let me show you guys. I'm just on my phone. Fucking beast, man. That's fucking good. That's nice, man. You look great, bro. Thanks, Sam. Just as good when you were in fight camp and you're bigger. Yeah, I'm so surprised. I literally, Faraj just said, "Holy bro, what the fuck? That's a massive improvement from your initial kickboxing series." Yeah, right. So I've only trained once since the fight, right? So my fight was in March. I've trained once since then. But I had a feeling like when I go back, I had a feeling like I'd just be better just because my body has felt like stronger recently. Like my training's been good. My diet's been so consistent. Sleep's been awesome. And yeah, I had a feeling like it'd be good. And the moment we did the first round, I was like, it was impressive. Even my coach, James, he was like, wow, like you've not lost any skill at all. So it's nice, man. I feel fucking awesome. Feel very proud of myself. Start going again. 2 p.m. every day. It's really nice, man, because usually at that time I'm doing nothing productive. I told you guys, like when I come back home at like 10, 11 a.m., all the way to around now, like 4 p.m., I usually don't do that much. I usually just kind of like read a bit and eat and just kind of like nap. And the day goes by pretty quickly, basically. I'm really productive in the mornings, really productive in the evenings. But in the middle of the day, it was just kind of like, it's always a bit shit. But now that I've added this back in, it's like, okay, I've got something serious. Like I'm doing an hour of kickboxing. And then I also have been doing a mobility session every day as well. So I've just added 2 hours of extra stuff, which is fucking awesome, man. I feel very proud of them. Hamza live streaming now, absolute W. Let's go, bro. Yeah, boys, live streaming has been probably some of the most fun that I have had in work in like months, honestly. Like I cannot believe this is even my work. Honestly, this feels like I'm just doing this shit for fun every day, honestly. Like it's so easy, frictionless. I'm literally just sat here. It's like I'm in a big group chat with the boys. It's fucking sick, man. I cannot believe this is work, honestly. Hamza, have you ever cracked a torta? I'm guessing this means have I ever fucked a fat girl? uh, next comments, please. You know how they say like calories don't count on the weekend? Tortas don't count after 2 a.m. Please call out my name, sir. I am Sarthak Meshram. Let's go, bro. Mr. Meshram. I'm a big fan of yours, bro. Your face is looking lean as fuck. Keep it up. Sexy man, Hammy. Let's fucking go, man. Yeah, face is looking lean, isn't it? Yeah. I'm like 89 kg right now. Oh, we got Sneeko. Is this the real Sneeko account? Fuck yeah. Happy for you, bro. So happy you got your channel back. Let's fucking go, man. You really changed from the last year, man. Yeah, I feel like I have as well, to be honest. I feel like the last few years was like a bit of a haze for me, just trying to figure out like life again. I know this is going to sound like woe is me, but when you imagine you achieve all your goals when you're like 24, 25 years old, you achieve more than like the average man does in his entire life by the time you're 25. And I know it's like that's like a first world problem, whatever, but like that's what I went through, and it was a battle to figure out like what to do to define myself again when I had hundreds of thousands, even millions of guys like looking at me and judging me and giving me advice here and there and reinforcing certain behaviors. I really needed to figure out like who I was again. And I think the last few years was just it was a struggle for me to do that and to define my own values, to not just copy other people, because I was doing that a lot in the last few years. And now it's like I've finally just like exhaled. It's like all this time my muscles were tight and I've just finally released them, and I'm just normal and natural, and I'm just like me again. And I feel like this is probably the healthiest I've ever been in my life. Healthiest. This feels like the fittest. I was probably maybe fitter in the kickboxing match. I had like better cardio, but I'm fucking 20% bigger now as well. But I feel like extremely fit. I feel extremely healthy. My routine, imagine this, boys. All year, my bedtime has been 8:20 p.m. Like all year. Like how fucking sick has that been? Since January to now, my bedtime's been 8:20 p.m. There was a few months ago when I had some friends here that I stayed up later till like 11, 12, whatever, for like a few weeks or something. But apart from that, bro, all year, almost every single day. 8:20 p.m. Just I'm really fucking proud of that, man. For all the reasons I could like stay up late and whatever. But yeah. Just discipline, boys. I really fucking like that, man. Thank you, sir. You really changed my life, man. Fuck yeah, bro. Thank you for being here, man. You're much happier in your videos, which is very nice. Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel happier just like 24/7, honestly. What I've realized is like YouTube and content is such an interesting business. Like it's such an interesting work. You don't really grind this work. It's more like you grind like your real life and then your work just ends up performing better. You know what I mean? It's like, especially with education content as well. With entertainment, it's probably a bit different. You can go and grind and make some crazy challenge or whatever, like some Mr. Beast video or something. But with educational content like the one I post, it's like you don't need to grind actually. You just need to be living a good life, having integrity to your values that you've built an audience for. And I think maybe I was slacking on that, which was bullshit. I shouldn't have been slacking on that. But now that I feel so committed to this path, like that the path that I preach to you guys, even more than before. Now that I've experienced what it's like to fall off from it. So life feels amazing. Oh, what's up, Seth? Give us your best beatbox, Hamza. Was sick meeting you in Bali with the Adonis Schoolboys. Hamza W moments. He hooked me up with premium ticket. Yeah, Seth came to my kickboxing fight in March. And Seth, have you seen my Instagram? I just posted some kickboxing thing on there. We did a party as well. I got this massive villa the day after my kickboxing fight in March. This massive villa. I think it was like two grand a night or something. And yeah, we rented that. Got like 20 of the guys from the program that I sell. Got like 20 of the guys from there come over, and we just like hung out there all day and played in the pool and stuff. It's fucking sick, man. I should have vlogged that. I can't believe I didn't, but obviously my headspace was elsewhere. But I was so like sleep deprived and so tired that day as well. And when we were all hanging out in the villa, but yeah, it's fucking sick, man. So nice. Would you ever come to Australia? Yeah, I'd love to, bro. I'm sure I will at some point. I've got so many followers there, so I'm sure I will. It just haven't really come up right now because I've quite enjoyed just like staying in one place, not really traveling right now. But I've noticed I've been saying it to quite a few people recently. Like I I like I've not left Bali for the last like year and a half or something like that. So I've got to I'm probably gonna do like a trip soon. A couple of trips. I might come to Australia because it's so close to here anyway. Might come to Australia. Maybe I've always planned to come to Australia and getting a van and then doing like the van life, like the road trip. That sounds like for the guys who are from Australia, that's a good idea, right? And then just drive around like the coastline or whatever for like a few weeks, live in like the van. That'd be cool, right? Sneeko gifted 10 Hamza memberships. I don't know what that means, but thank you, bro. Does that mean he paid for something or? I'm so shit at streaming, bro. I'm like, okay. What's a membership? Let's see. You gotta teach me how to stream, man. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. So he's gifted it to people in the chat. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you for doing that, man. That's cool. Got a free membership. Well, what do you get if you've got a membership? it's a, it's a good thing. Okay, just be happy, bro. Uh, uh, Let's go, man. Thank you for being here, Sneaker. I've been at the gym right after my workout. I eat at the gym like almost every day recently, and I go on my phone and I go onto Sneako's channel because he's been posting like some of the best videos, and just been watching them when I've been eating after my workout recently. I had a feeling that I was gonna be on stream today and someone would ask me a question of like, who's your favorite content creator? And I would have said his name. Fuck yeah, man. Let's go. Sneeko, you for real, the GOAT. We got Hamza thanking Sneeko before GTA 6. Fucking hell. I think this before GTA 6 thing sounds so retarded, honestly. Would you ever come to India? Yeah, of course I would. India and Pakistan, I've got to come to. I just haven't. I haven't really planned it because honestly, like I'm like a guy in routine, right? I'll stick in a routine, like I'm in the military, and I will literally just live in the same routine for months, maybe even for like a year straight, just locked in, eat at the same time, train at the same time. I quite like that. That's like the way that I've always quite prospered in life. But then what I usually do is after I'm kind of sick of that, after months or years or so, then I end up doing a bunch of trips very quickly. It's like the same inconsistency that I have with like the YouTube channel, basically. It's like the same reason for my downfall. So maybe I shouldn't do it like this, but I'll probably end up doing like a bit of a kind of like a world tour or something at some point, maybe sometime next year or something, and I'll end up traveling to like 3, 4 countries in a couple of months, something like that. Where should I go to? I reckon India, Pakistan, a couple of states. What other country have I got a lot of followers in? Where's everyone from? Come to Jakarta. Yeah, I could do that. India. We have a lot of India and Pakistan. New Zealand. What do you say? In New Zealand, insane outdoors. Yeah, I'd quite like to do like a road trip or something. Israel. Australia, Egypt. Come to Pakistan. Bro, you're Pakistani. What do you mean you want to go to India? I would still go. I've got so many followers from there. I'd go just to meet the boys. Sometimes when I speak about India and Pakistan, I swear to God, people get like so triggered in the chat. I remember this one time before I became a YouTuber. Someone messaged me, I think on like Reddit or something, and he was like, "Oh fuck you, like dirty Indian," some crazy shit like that, right? And I responded like, "I'm Pakistani," and he went, "Oh shit, me too, man." And he was like being happy after that. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell is wrong with you? Like, like what the fuck, bro? So he hated me just by his assumption of where I came from. And the moment I told him where I actually come from, he was like, oh yeah, shit, what's up, man? Yeah, me too, bro. How are you, bro? Like, salam, bro. Like, the fuck, bro. USA. Yeah, which states? I've not. I've been to Austin and I've been to Vegas. If I'm honest, no offense to you guys, but like, not impressed. Not gonna lie, not impressed. It felt so like what's the word? Like, it felt so wrong. Like, everything was so sickly there. Like, I don't know if that was just some weird presumption I had, but like, even the flight going there, and then I landed in TSA, and they were like so weird with me. And then what was it? Yeah, then so he checked my passport, and I have a British passport, right? But he checked it, and he went, Where were you born?" And I said, "Pakistan." And he looked at me like a fucking asshole and he went, "Right, okay, like 1 second, this guy's gonna take you now." So they took me to like this fucking dystopian, like massive empty room, like massive. This was going to Vegas. So we just landed in Vegas airport, right? And he took me into the massive, massive empty room, dystopian, like the big fluorescent light kind of room. And he's like, "Okay, someone will, like, I'll come back in 5 minutes, or someone will come in 5 minutes." And he just left. And it was like an hour and a half. I was just sat there by myself in this massive room, right? And then like this guy comes in from the other side of the room, and there's like conveyor belts or whatever, and he starts like loading up the computer proper slow. And I ended up like going on my phone. I think I went to call someone or something like that. And he shouted over, he's like, "Hey, you can't use your phone in here." So it was just like obnoxiously rude, as if I'm a bad person already. It was fucking weird, right? But I swear to God, what I'm about to tell you, I swear to God, I know some of you guys won't even believe it. He pulls me over, right? So, "Okay, come over here. Put your bag down. Why are you here?" And I said, like, "Oh, there's like this little event thing that I'm going to." And he said, "What do you do for work, Mr. Ahmed?" I swear to God, this is the truth, because this is gonna sound like I'm lying, but I said, "I'm a YouTuber." Imagine he was like typing away like a fucking like 25% body fat. And I said, "I'm a YouTuber." And he went, "How many followers do you have?" And I said, like 2 million. And he went, "Oh, okay." He looked at my bag for a second. He went, "There's probably not going to be anything in there that you could have brought from the UK anyway." I swear to God, his entire demeanor changed when I said, "Okay, I've got like 2 million followers." And he asked, like, "Oh, do you have someone that can vouch for you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like Sam Ovens, the CEO of the company, who's like almost like a billionaire, right?" So he's getting all panicky. And like within like a minute or so, he's on his phone and he's showing me like his fucking like car Instagram page. And I swear to God, he ends up following me, and he's like, "Okay, let me just put some details so this doesn't happen again." I swear to God, he opened my bag a little bit, and he was like, "Oh, well, there's actually probably not going to be anything in here that you couldn't have gotten like in the UK." So he just closed it. "Okay, you're free to go." It was just like dystopian. I'd like that. Probably, I swear to God, like some of you, if you don't believe me, I wouldn't even blame you for that, because they literally just like, they're just fucking clout chasers, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? If he was gonna take it seriously, whatever, sure. And I guess you can understand the the mindset, because you're not gonna go and get millions of followers and then become a terrorist, I think, right? But yeah, it was fucking just dystopian, bro. I was in there for fucking hours. And yeah, get out. Vegas is just degenerate as fuck. I had this business event, right? I came first place in like this competition with like Sam Ovens, Alex Hamozi's like business competition. I came first place. So I'm in Vegas. I'm going to do this event, but I came like 2 days early. So I ended up doing like a meetup with my boys there, and it was fun and stuff. But as I'm walking down like the strip in Vegas, it's just so like soulless and dirty. I thought Vegas, like I know it's supposed to be like some gambling thing, but people tell me it's like, "Oh, wow, it's so special there, whatever." And it was just a bunch of fucking people just like smoking weed on the street. There was like weird, like, I don't know what they were, like strippers or some shit on the street, ass out, and little children walking past them. And yeah, it just felt like weirdly, like Luca just said, you can feel the devils in there. Yeah. It felt like that, honestly. It felt like a place that like was like weirdly like demonic. Like it was the equivalent of like someone who has like stinky breath, and he asks to see like pictures, like nudes of your girlfriend, for example. It felt like that. Like if you could humanize Vegas, that's what it felt like. Like the guy who's got stinky breath, and he kind of insinuates that he wants you to show like the nudes of your girlfriend. That's what Vegas felt like to me. And then I did the event, whatever, it was nice. And I flew to Austin after that, Austin, Texas. And that's meant to be like, "Oh, Joe Rogan lives there, and all these guys live there. The podcasters, that's like where you go in US right now if you're like a content creator. That's where like everyone lives." And it was, again, bro, it was just fucking weird. I went out on the street, And there was genuinely like I thought it was like, like a meme or some shit, but there was genuinely just fucking weird zombies on the fucking street. I swear to God, there was fucking zombies on the street. I'm not even exaggerating. I was on this e-scooter thing, right? Like you put the QR code and you can like just rip around on the scooter. That was fun as fuck. I'm like, that was like the highlight of my fucking trip. I swear to God, right? And I get to this red light, and across from the red light is this crackhead staring at me doing this. He's just staring at me like that. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? I've heard people have like guns and shit here, right? So I go like wide around him on the scooter. So imagine, okay, he's facing directly to. Imagine you're me across the massive road at like the red light, right? You're me. So imagine you go like wide around me, and instead of him like still making eye contact with me, he's looking at the same direction. I was like, what the fuck? I was like laughing because I've seen like little memes about this, right? That there's like fentanyl or some weird drug that everyone's taking there. And then I did a podcast there in Austin. I did a podcast with Chris Williamson. Okay, that was nice. Straight after that, I go to this restaurant, right? I went with my friend. And I probably should have been careful because I was wearing like $10,000, right? I had like a Rolex on. I had like these $1,000 fucking shoes. I look like a walking like dollar sign, right? And I go to this fancy restaurant. It's nice in there, whatever. It's good. And when we come out, me and my friend, we had gotten the e-scooters there. We come out, we go back to the e-scooters, and this car pulls up. I swear, I promise you this is real. I promise you this is real. This big blacked out car comes up, and you can just make out that there's like 4 or 5 guys in there staring at us. The door opens, and this woman jumps out, and she comes up to me. Imagine like she's like, I don't know, this far away from me. I'm on my phone, like putting on the e-scooter, like the little QR code thing. She comes up to me. She's like, "Oh, hi. Can you show me how it works? How does this app work or something?" So I like, bro, I'm supposed to be like a victim, right? So I looked at her, showed her my phone, and I was like, "Oh, well, you just get the app." And I hear my friends start shouting, "No, no, 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 we're leaving now, Hamza, let's go, let's go." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I just now realized what the fuck is happening. So we get on the scooters, and I swear to God, we get on the scooters. We go the opposite way that the car was facing, but we're in like one of the red zones. So the scooter can only go like 2 fucking kilometers an hour, like a 2 kph or some shit. So it's like so slow. We're going that way. And they didn't chase us or anything after that. But I was like, what the fuck? I was like, imagine there was a chance we could have got fucking jumped there, right? I'm not from US. I don't know if that's like reasonable to think, but like we were wearing expensive clothes. We looked like we don't belong there, right? I'm not too sure if this car pulling up and 4 or 5 guys inside and this woman jumping out and getting close to me and like looking at my phone. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's from the area or some shit and like this is what gangs do or whatever. But after that, I went right, and the whole thing was fucked up. I swear to God, from the moment I landed in US, it just felt all sickly. No girls looked at me. I swear to God, no girls looked at me. And I was saying to my friend, I'm like, this is so odd. I'm like, I'm so attractive. I'm really good with girls. Why the fuck? Like, no attention. And he was like, yeah, because like they're all still weird about like 9/11 and you look the type. And I was like, no, that can't be it. What the fuck is this? Whatever. The hottest girl there in Austin and in Vegas put together, the hottest girl there was like a 5 out of 10, and she still had a fucking double chin. Honestly. So we leave, and it's we've been in US for a few days. We go finally, we're leaving Austin, and I'm like actually really looking forward to it. And I'm just like sick of the whole weird vibe here, commercial, disgusting, whatever. We get into the airport, and like the TSA thing again is just, it's so like rancid being there. And you're just in there in like fucking barefoot, or like you take your shoes off, but I wasn't even wearing socks, right? So I'm just there barefoot walking through. Everyone's got fucking attitude. And then what was the last thing that happened? Yeah, all this time I was like, yeah, this is weird. Like the energies here is weird. No girls looked at me, which I thought was like, maybe I sound like a fucking arrogant or whatever, right? And I swear to God, okay, we land back in London. In the airport, there was a group of girls up there. The moment that I see one look at me and she turned around to her friends, I had a feeling I was going to see something. And all of her friends turned around to look at me. And I was like, obviously that's not a crazy big deal. But I was like, oh, it's back to normal. You're an attractive guy. You're in a good place. People have got like kind of like friendly energy. We went to this cafe before we were going to go back home, like after the airport. Went to the cafe and the girl at the desk is like smiling and it's like real. It's real. There's like real fucking energy and connection there. Like this was in the UK, right? The girl, it was like 7 a.m. and the girl who was working in the cafe was being real because we don't have like a tipping culture in the UK. In the US, you do. In the US, it was so weird. Every restaurant I went to, they were like so fake, and I could tell why because they make the money from the tips. So I'd order something, and the woman was like, "Oh well, that's my favorite too." You know what I mean? It was like you can sense when someone's being inauthentic with you, right? That's how it felt in every single restaurant that I went to in the US. Every single one. It was like they're just everywhere you look, that someone's trying to take your shit there. In the UK, since we don't have much of a tipping culture, like when someone's nice to you in the UK, they genuinely are like being nice to you, you know? So that was my experience of the US. I was not impressed whatsoever, but maybe it was just because of the place that I went to. So I'm not excited to go back, but the hype of the trip was two things. It was one, doing the meetup with the boys. Like I had like 10 guys come out, and a bunch of guys actually like drove like 20 hours, from like some different state to come see me in Vegas, which was really cool. And just like the little e-scooter thing, that was kind of cool. Fine, that was it. But like we've got them in the UK anyway, so I didn't really give a shit. But yeah, not impressed by the US whatsoever. Well, I've only been to 2 states, right? So maybe I shouldn't make a judgment, but not impressed, man. Is there anywhere else I should go in US? I don't think I'll ever want to go to like one of the big states or big cities because they all just seem so weirdly disgusting, like just fentanyl and dirty or whatever. But I have a feeling like there'll be some states which are more like, um, I don't know, they've got like real soul or something, and you might actually, I don't know, just feel better there. There's this YouTuber I like. She makes like films, and she's from Oregon. So I've seen some places like that, which is like, oh, it's kind of cool. There's a lot of like nature and whatever. Yosemite. That's a national park, isn't it? Io, Idaho, Idaho, Idaho. Oh, oh, yo. Fuck. Ohio, Ohio. Okay. Uh, uh, come to. You should come to Iowa. Lower. Okay, I've got my bags packed. Let's go, boys. Looking good today, Hamza. Thank you. Bro, tell us your near death experience if you have any. Near death experience. Probably on the operating table in that hospital in Dubai. So I had this kind of like routine surgery, but I was just so unhealthy. Like I was in the worst health of my life. Every day I was waking up with headaches. I was waking up with like nosebleeds and everything. And all this time, like, I was going for these kind of like checkups and stuff before this surgery. And I'd end up speaking to the doctor, and he'd ask me some questions about like fitness and whatever, because I told him I was like a fitness YouTuber. And the day before the surgery, I had like 10 people round in my apartment in Dubai. And I smoked cigars, I partied, I drank, I did everything. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. Woke up at like 7, so I only slept like 2 hours. Woke up at like 7, felt like shit. Uber to the hospital, get ready. And they used general anesthetic, which is like the anesthesia that puts you asleep, which I thought was always like, oh, it's fine, right? But turns out that's actually like way more dangerous than you realize. Because when you really think about it, that's pretty fucked up that they can just inject something inside of you that makes you unconscious. Like, that's actually pretty weird, right? So they do that, and they do the surgery. And when I wake up, it's like I have the driest throat you could ever have. Like, as if you can't even breathe, because if you breathe, you'll cough. And every time I coughed, blood was spraying out of my mouth into like this oxygen mask that they were making me wear. And I tried to take it off, but the nurse wouldn't let me. I just needed some water because my throat was so dry. I was basically I was choking on my own blood. Imagine, like, if you breathe a little bit too much, you'll cough and you'll choke more. So I had to breathe like the smallest breaths possible for like hours, the smallest breaths. And every time I breathed too much, I'd cough, and so much blood was getting into this mask here. And I remember, like, eventually they could take the mask off, but still it was the same thing. And I was like looking at the nurse, like I had tears down my eyes saying like, water, water. And she was like almost tearing up as well. And she was like, I can't give it to you. You'll choke on it. So eventually that was happening for a while, and they put me in ICU, which is intensive care unit. That's where you have like a nurse or someone who's in your room, and they're checking on you like every few minutes, right? It's fucked up, right? So they put me in there, and my oxygen, I don't know what it's called, but oxygen like percent basically was like 70 something. And they said it needs to be in the 90s to like, even for us to like feel bad. Like usually it's 98%, 99, 97. They said it needs to be like 91, 92 before we can even take you out of the ICU. And mine was like 70 something. It was really like, this is like how much oxygen you can get inside of you. Like, my breath was so bad. I kept on bleeding. I have to go through tissues, whatever. Someone said 70 is crazy, 90 is slowly dying. And they bring me like this little toy thing, which is supposed to blow into it, and there's like 3-4 balls that can go up if you sort of can breathe properly. And they said you've got to get it to like the last one. And I blow as hard as I can. And even the first one is like kind of moving a little bit, and that's it. As if like you've got no air inside of you. You're not, like people are saying 70 is insane. You're not getting oxygen to your brain. And eventually they say, oh yeah, the doctor's coming now. So the doctor walks into the room, and all this time I'm like, I'm fucking dying, right? All this time I'm like, I'm choking on blood, whatever. It's serious. The nurse was tearing up next to me. And the doctor comes in, and he's looking at me like, come on, Hamza. Why can't you breathe? Why don't you just breathe? He's like, he said it like an asshole. He was like, why don't you just breathe? As if I was like choosing not to, right? But he was asking a good question. Why can't you? And so I whimpered out to him and I said, I partied yesterday. I smoked. And he looked at me and he went, you're supposed to be an athlete. You say you're so fit. He said it like that, right? You said you were so fit. We speak a little bit more, but he went after that. And I was like, What the fuck am I doing here? What the hell was this? This fucking like Andrew Tate fucking era that like me and my fucking friends got into, smoking fucking cigars like fucking losers, drinking alcohol and shit, right? It's for fucking little losers. There's a reason why alcohol's haram, right? There's a reason why getting drunk, you look like a fucking idiot. It's like, who gives a fuck about partying? I started to like feel like this. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like partying already is like, it is degenerate. Doing it before a fight, you fucking retard. What, doing it before a surgery? What the fuck's wrong with you? The fuck's wrong with you? Like, why the fuck would you do it before a fucking surgery? This should be like the best health of your fucking life. You had a surgery coming up. You should have taken it seriously. You should have been in amazing health. Why the fuck did you go in? Already your health was fucked, and you stayed up late. You were sleep deprived. You were smoking and drinking literally like 3 hours before your fucking surgery. I was like so pissed at myself. I was angry. And the plan was that once the surgery was done by about like it was supposed to be finished at 1 p.m. We'd go home and we said, okay, we'd have like a cheat day. We'll go home, order some pizza, watch a movie or something. And I really want this pizza. I swear to God, I really want this pizza. Gets to 1 p.m. My oxygen percentage is like 73. It needs to be like 92 if they're legally allowed to let me out of the hospital, because I'm just going to like choke on my own blood, or I'm not getting oxygen to my brain. It's risky, right? So it's like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and it's fucked. Later, I'm in ICU all this time. Like it's good for like, some time. I can like go on my phone now a little bit. I'm still kind of whimpering, but like it's a bit fucked. The nurse comes in, it's dipped down to like 71 again. It went up to like 76, so it was making progress. And randomly I choke on my fucking blood and it's back to like 71. And she comes back in and she's like, oh, you have to wear the mask again, whatever. Then it gets to like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. It's dark outside. I wanted to be home after this surgery, and I could have like rested and whatever, but it's 74%. It needs to be 91, 92 for me to go home. It's 8, 9 p.m. Like the entire day's just gone, man. And gets to about midnight and I'm on like 89. At this point, they've moved me away from ICU and they've put me into like a normal kind of like smaller like hospital room. And it gets to 89. It's basically midnight, or it was like 11 p.m., right? They moved me to a different one. The doctors went, the nurses went. Now it's like the nighttime staff. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? Look, I'm 80. I was fine now. I was only bleeding a little bit now. I was only bleeding like a little bit from the breath, and it was like 89, 88, whatever. And the doctor said it needs to be 91. And he started to say like, oh, you have to sleep here. And then when he said that to me, I was like, bro, no. I said to him, look, I'm a grown man. Give me like a waiver or something. I'm sleeping in my own bed tonight. I can understand the risk, but I know for a fact if I stay here, I'll feel worse. I know it. So just give me a waiver or some shit. I'm going back to my own bed tonight. Because I felt fine at this point. Now, at this point, it was like, imagine you cough and a bit of blood comes out because, some bullshit happened, but it was like tiny bits now. And at this point, I was like, okay, I can go home and actually feel way better. Because if I stay here and sleep here in this fucking hospital bed, I'm going to feel worse. It's just going to piss me off. It's going to feel weird, whatever. So I said to him, okay, no, like it's 89%. You said 91. We're so close. I'm sure it'll be 91 in like an hour or two, but I just want to go home now. And he said he kind of understood. So he gave me all the medications, told me everything I needed to do. We got the Uber and went home. And I went to sleep. And the next morning I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to focus on this now. So I went to the gym. And I shouldn't have probably done that, right? Because it was a bit of a slingshot, like a what's that word called? Like a rebound, right? It was a bit of a rebound because I should have rested, right? Because I got surgery like near here, like near my pelvis. And then within a few hours of waking up, or within a few hours after the surgery, like within 24 hours, I woke up and I went to the gym right away, and I was like doing the treadmill and I was being careful. If I felt like I was pulling something, it was painful, I'd stop. But I felt like I had to go there, and I probably shouldn't have done that because I've still got scars, like pretty bad scars to this day. So they're like, where your pubes are. That's where. Hang on, let me put this fucking retard in timeout. I've got pretty bad scars, and I think one of the reasons why is because I went to the gym right away. Um, yeah, and then from that point, I started to actually improve my health, get more fit, and yeah, it was within a few days after that I decided to leave Dubai, and I still didn't really know what to do with my life, whatever, for a little while. But then I ended up eventually moving back home to like my parents' home, even though I was making like 100K a month at this point. And I was just like health maxing there. This was when, remember, I learned about like um estrogenics and everything. Remember the first times I started to speak about that kind of stuff to you guys? This was when I learned that. So I went back home, got full, now really serious into health, started to train better and eat clean, and started to really improve my health and really think like smoking and drinking is just fucking retarded. And the surgery didn't really work, right? Hang on, let me put this. I think I might start banning people who just spam stupid questions, instead of timeout. And I'm never looking through my ban list, so you'll never be able to speak again. Watch yourself. And so I start health maxing in 2023. But you know what was terrible? I didn't even tell you guys this, right? But straight after the surgery, when I was all fucked up and I couldn't breathe and everything, I kind of felt my balls because I was getting surgery on the varicocele thing that I've spoke to you guys about. Imagine like the vein that's connected to one of your balls is all like kind of fucked up and inflamed, and it's like big. And I felt it and it was still there. And the doctor said, "Oh no, it was a success. We got rid of it. But it just feels like that for now." But I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be like that, right? Months later, I've improved my health. The scars, still there, but like all the bandages and stuff is all off. And the varicocele is still there. And this was when I got a sperm test, and it said that I was like not far from being infertile. Like I had like abnormal sperm. The volume was low, the motility was all messed up, the morphology, the shape, and the speed of the sperm was all fucked up, right? So I was like, this is when I started to learn about estrogenics, filtered water, phone in your pocket, everything. But I still felt like I had this varicocele. So then I went to a private doctor in the UK, which was the best decision I made for all this. And they took it so seriously, so seriously. And when I went to the urologist who did the scan, like the ultrasound scan, he literally scanned it for like minutes and showed me the scan and everything. It was next level. And then when I got the new surgery, hang on, let's get rid of this guy. Then I got a new surgery from a doctor in UK. Hang on, let me get rid of this guy. Hang on. I've just exposed who we're getting rid of. You're getting banned, bro. Fuck you. Yeah. So I did the new surgery in UK, and this one, the moment after it was done, I felt my balls and the varicocele was actually gone. 3 months after that, I didn't keep my phone in my pocket, didn't go to the sauna, and my sperm was like on the higher end now. Morphology was all good. That's like the shape of the sperm. The speed and the direction of the sperm was all good. The volume, basically like how big your fucking nut is, was like off the fucking chart. And you're meant to have like a call with the I don't know, the sperm expert. Like some of your guy's girlfriend. So she goes on the phone, right? And she's like, wow, like, 3 months ago it was lower and it's went way higher. What did you do? And I told her, okay, the surgery, the phone in pocket, and sauna. And she agreed, right? And she actually said, like, oh yeah, the phone in pocket is something that we've been noticing. Guys who keep their phones in their pockets always have really messed up sperm. And yeah, from that point, I really took this seriously. That was like probably my near death experience. One that really like was it really felt like a near death experience, specifically because I was already on like an operating table, right? I was already on an operating table, and I think that's why it was fucked up. Elliot said, I took your advice on fertility and my results were 13 times the average sperm count. Yeah. Yeah. This stuff's important. Look, a lot of you guys are in your 20s now. You want to have kids in a few years' time. There's 593 guys watching this live. Over 50 of you who want children will not be able to have children. And the worst thing is, almost none of you actually know. Like, men's fertility is so low these days. And what, maybe 4 of you have had a sperm test? If all of you got a sperm test right now, I guarantee probably close to 100 would come back as like close to infertile. Like the quality of men's fertility has went down by like 50-60%. You know, you guys have always heard that statistic, like men's fertility sperm and testosterone has been going down by 1% every year on average. You know, that statement was from a study about 10 years ago. And the newest guess now is more about 2.5 to 5%. Every year, men's sperm count and testosterone is averaging going down by a couple percent. Like, how messed up is that? It used to be about 10, 20 years ago that if a couple couldn't have children, it was almost always due to like the woman's fertility. It was almost always due to the woman's fertility. Not like saying it's her fault, but it was something to do with her. And now it seems to be the case that if a couple can't have children, it's actually about 50-50, maybe a little bit more towards the man's responsibility. So if you want to have children, you got to look out for this, because there's actually a fair amount of people who imagine not being able to have children. And imagine you get with a girl who 100% wants to have her own children with you. And imagine if you literally get the news that you just can't. And for like a year, you still try and you get IVF and you try all these things and you just can't get her pregnant, to the point that then she is considering leaving you and getting with a man whose fucking balls work. Like, how fucked up is that? Like type 1 in the chat if you feel like one of the biggest reasons why you're doing like all of this work, this self-improvement, everything, is so that you can get into a relationship and have a family, like so you can become a father, so you can have children. Is that not one of the biggest fucking reasons why you're doing any of this? For everyone typing 1, imagine if you genuinely could not have children, like permanently. Not that, okay, you got a sperm test like you've heard from me and you improved it after a few months, because that's like, okay, that's fair enough, that's good. But there's, what is it, like 10, 20 something percent of men will not be able to have children because they've just fried their testicles too much. Is that not like on level of fucking wanting to delete yourself? So if this is like, we all agreed this is a 10 out of 10 fucking problem, right? This is not a 6 out of 10. Oh yeah, money's a bit low right now. This is not like a 7 out of 10. Oh, my knee hurts when I go down the stairs. If there's something that would make you consider like ending your life, then it's a 10 out of 10 problem, right? It's a 10 out of 10 fucking problem. And who's got this written on their goals? Who's got it for their goals of this year? Like, oh, get a sperm test and increase the result. None of you. Right? None of us think about this shit. We think about the money, we think about the relationship, we think about the fitness, everything. If it's a 10 out of 10 problem, is this not like something to think about? Is this not something for you to spend a few $100s on? Get a sperm test and then go fix the results. Right? A sperm test, like it was what, like a few $100s or something, right? And it'll be relative to which country you're in. So it'll be the equivalent of like 20 to 30 hours of like minimum wage. Go and get one ASAP, exactly with what you're doing right now. Get one, get it tested, save the results, and see. By the way, you might get it, and It's very high and you're happy. Sweet. Awesome. But you might get it, especially if you're in your 20s. And you might realize that it's actually very fucking low. So, and if it is, look, and you see it when you're young, and then you go, okay, you keep your phone out of your pockets, you stay out of saunas and hot baths and everything. You even stop having hot showers as well. All right. Let me put on the slow mode because some people can't behave themselves. I don't like using the slow mode because I like you guys being able to speak fast, but then there's always a fucking retard who just copies and pastes like the same irrelevance. Like, how many eggs a day do you eat? Like, can you do sauna with cold towel on balls? Yes, apparently, but it's probably still not good for you. Heat is terrible for your sperm. Terrible. Like when you think about how vulnerable your testes are, like they're so vulnerable, right? They're outside the body. And when you think about it, that's a part of your body you'd actually want to really keep safe, right? Because like, why the fuck is it outside of your body? Because your ability to have children is depending on your balls. Why are they outside? Why is there so much vulnerability to having them outside? Well, because they need to be cool. So think about the risk evolution has went through to have our testes outside of our body where it's so vulnerable, just because that is how seriously they are affected by heat, and just being outside of the body makes them a little bit cooler. That's huge. So heat is one of the biggest things. But then there's also a weird modern day stuff. There's chemicals inside of everything we eat. There's microplastics inside of the water. There's even like pesticides in the fruit and the vegetables. There's mold in the grains, and there's EMFs and 5G and all this weird stuff. So maybe I should make like a full guide on nut, full nut guide, full sperm guide. Yeah, microplastics in clothing. Like, how many people are still wearing like plastic clothing? Right? Yeah, I should do like a full sperm guide. I think I'll collab with Bonnie Blue. Uh, uh. Yeah, keeping your sperm frozen can be a good idea as well. And once you're making good money, right? If you get to the point you're making like 5-10K a month, then you'll be able to afford it. From what I know, it'll be like a few $100s a month. And if you do it and you keep it for 5 years, 10 years, and the total cost to keep them frozen was like 5K, 10K, it's actually not crazy when you think about being able to have children. So maybe that's something to consider. I might consider this actually as well. Yeah, to be honest, I might actually really consider this. Why not just go and sperm max for a good few months and just get them frozen, just in cases like I don't meet like the woman I want to have children with for a long time. I might actually very much consider this. I'll think about it after this stream. That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? There's been cases where it was switched up with people who work in the sperm bank. That's enough to go murder a man, honestly. Like, imagine you go get your sperm frozen, or you use like IVF or something, and the doctor fucking switched it with his sperm, and when you have a child with your wife. and then you get suspicious because it doesn't fucking look like you at all, and you get a test, a DNA test. It's not yours, but you literally saw them, like, operate and put it inside of her or something, and then you somehow find out that it was like the doctor's. What would you do? Fucking hell, if it was like the doctor's child. Because I'm not raising that little shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm not raising that fucking kid. But imagine now your wife thinks like, oh, but it's my child. Like, honestly, that's fucked up, bro. That's so fucked up. Well, look, this is why it's like ideally your sperm is just so healthy that you don't need to even consider IVF and sperm banks and everything like this, right? Like, for you to be considered having problems with fertility, you and your woman must have been trying for 12 months. So you have like a window of like a few days to get your girl pregnant every month, right? When she's ovulating. So let's say you've got like one chance every month for a few days. And it's only after about 12 months of you trying that you'll be considered like, okay, now you have like some problems with fertility. So imagine like your woman's ovulating, imagine there's no contraceptive or anything, and you want to have a child. She's tracking her ovulation with her temperature, devices, whatever. Okay, sweet. You know that she can get pregnant. You have sex, you come inside of her, and in a few weeks she has a period, which basically means like you failed in getting her pregnant. And it's a bit of an L for both of you. Okay, let's try it again in like 2 more weeks when I'm ovulating again. And imagine, okay, you try it again in 2 more weeks when she's ovulating again. And in a few more weeks after that, she has a period again. And again, you feel like, okay, you failed. Now imagine that every month for 12 months straight. Can you imagine how fucking horrible that'd feel for you and your girl? Right? Like, wouldn't you imagine like the month that the first time she's ovulating and you guys have sort of said like, oh yeah, we want children, and imagine you get her pregnant in that first time. You'd feel like the fucking man, you know what I mean? You'd walk away like, yeah, yeah, I did that shit, you get what I mean? Like who would agree with me? Like, you'd feel like the man if you got her pregnant in like the first instance, right? You would, of course you would, right? You would feel like, oh yeah, like I've got some healthy sperm. She's healthy as well. As soon as she was ovulating and fertile, as soon as we wanted to, we got pregnant in like 2 weeks. Done. You'd feel like the fucking man. Now imagine the complete opposite of that, where it's on the 12th month, month after month after month, she keeps getting her period, and it's like, nope, you still didn't get her pregnant. Now imagine how fucking shit you'd feel. Right? And look, that can be due to her fertility, and it can be due to yours. You'd have to go find out. You get a sperm test, whatever. But you probably would feel like a little fucking beta male, right? You probably would feel like one, and maybe you should do, right? That's what you want, bro. You meet your wife. The moment you guys kind of decide, like, oh yeah, we want to get pregnant, we want to have a child. Literally, like 2 weeks later, she's pregnant. I remember I watched Game of Thrones, and what was it like? So, a guy gets married, right? He gets married. He's with his new wife for like 2-3 hours, and obviously they have sex. But then he's abducted, and he's kept as like a prisoner. He's kept as a prisoner for months, and the guy who's holding him hostage comes up to him and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, you have a child." And he's like, "Wait, what the fuck? I didn't even know." He had sex with his wife once and got her pregnant. And even the guy who had held him captive was like congratulations, you're a father, and also like you must be like very healthy or something. Like, I still remember this scene, right? He was like, "Oh, you must be like very healthy, or you've got some good sperm or some shit like that." That's what you want. You know what I mean? That's what you want. You don't want like, oh yeah, it's been a year, it's been 2 years, and we're still trying, haha. And now she's thinking about her ex-boyfriend or some shit. Like, that's fucked up, bro. Uh, we need to be sperm maxing, man. Honestly. But can you imagine how the girl would feel though? Imagine it's been month after month after month and she's still not pregnant. Psychologically, but also just like subconsciously, her perception of you is going to keep getting degraded, right? Like, and can you blame a woman for that? Imagine if it's like time to have kids, and imagine if you don't get her pregnant in the first month, then the second month, and the seventh and the fucking 10th month. Her perception of you and your sort of your manliness is probably going to be affected, even if she's trying to be a good person and saying that it's not. It just would, right? So this isn't to like fear monger, but this is just to tell you guys like, look, this shit's happening. There's of all the guys who get into like relationships where they want children, there's a certain big percentage of guys who are going to go through this. Like her perception of you is going to be degraded. Your perception of yourself is probably going to be degraded as well. So yeah, like Elliot said, it's so important to work on this before marriage. Yeah. I'll make a full male fertility guide with everything that I've learned. And then you all could study that and then take the action steps. Kind of like no tap water, what filter to buy, what like medicine or whatever is terrible for you, what supplements maybe, what diets, those kinds of things. Yeah. I think this such an important topic. Let's do some super chats. How do you identify fake friends? Honestly, your gut will just tell you. You don't have to sit there and like manually try and think which friends are fake. You'll just get the intuition that a friend is fake. Honestly, you'll just randomly get the idea based on something that they've done. And usually that insight will come even months or even years before you actually really act on it, depending on how quick you are. So the signs are there, and most guys ignore them for months or years up until things are so deep and everything. So just be careful and listen to the gut feeling. Ron, it said, you changed my life for real. I'm 20 years old from India, making 2K a month now, aiming for 10K this Q4. Crazy to think how I started that as a skinny kid. Fuck yeah. You got a nice physique as well, man. This was from Seth. And then Sneeko. And then Jake said, hey, Hamza, Matt that you met in Bali and I that you did a workout with at Nirvana. Matt, Jake Harris. What workout did we do? Jake Harris and Matt. Jake and from ECC. Must be right. Matt and Jake must be. That you did a workout with at Nirvana, are living together in Bangkok now. Thanks to you. Keep it up, man. We're so grateful for you. Fuck yeah. That's right. We did a normal gym session, didn't we? And you're from ECC. I think that's who this is. Kevin said, would 25K be enough to live in Bali for about a year or so? So I wouldn't need a job, so I could put all my time into growing some sort of online income. 25K. 2K. Yeah, probably. You can get a rent here for about like $300 to $500. And it's not like super fancy or anything, but it's still pretty nice places, especially if you can look out for a good deal. Gym is like about $150 a month. Food is maybe up to like, I don't know, maybe about, I mean, my food is expensive. I probably spend like $7,500 a day on food, but most people I think will spend about 20, 25 or something like that a day. And yeah, you do fine with that. Obviously, you won't be living in luxury, but rent and those kinds of things are pretty cheap here. So you'll do fine, man. That's a good plan, I'd say. Mon K said, "Hi Hamza, I'm 23 years old in my final year of medical school. Being a doctor started as a dream, but I love my coaching business. Advice on doing both. Just use the 80-20 rule and do the most important parts of each one, and you'll get most of the results from each one. Have a read of the book, The 80-20 Rule, and have a read of the book, The 4-Hour Work Week." Hey Hamza, I feel like I haven't improved and need a breakup level change again. Any way to replicate this without moving locations? This is like getting that fire burning back inside of you again. It just starts with a decision, honestly. It starts with a decision of you just saying that you're going to take this stuff way more seriously. But even then, to be honest, if I'm honest, most of the seasons I've had of like extreme discipline, they've come not through my own sort of choosing, but because, something happened to sort of turn it on for me, where I was so pissed off at some situation. I had like this FTE, this fuck this event, or a breakup or anything like that. That's when I seem to snap into it. Have I turned it on for myself? Yes. But it's been far more rare than when something happens. Just see if you can turn it on for yourself, honestly. Just see if you can realize how important this is and get frustrated of the fact that you've not done well. And if you can't, the truth is you don't actually need this to improve. So don't think that without this sort of burning fire, like the breakup level emotion, don't think that you've got to do that. Don't think that you need that. Girl said to me, "You are not worth it." What it mean? Could mean a lot of things, bro. I don't think you should take what a girl says that seriously, bro. Adam Ochedino, was this the varicose vein surgery? I have that too. Yeah, it was, bro. Jackson became a member. Let's go, bro. Jackson said, "Hamza, you helped me in 2023 start my own community through Adonis School. I started a fitness community for young guys. Now I've bought a gym in Perth. Wanted to say thank you. Go online, move Bali." Yeah, awesome, bro. You opened your own gym. Fuck yeah. Go online, move Bali. Yeah, even if you've got something amazing in person, I still think having online income is really important. I think it's almost like a human right these days to live like a good life of freedom. Noah said, "Bro, I have super fucking low test, 316. I would take tests plus roids, but my hair is also starting to thin. Am I cooked? I'm low estro 2 though, so W, I guess." 316. Fuck me. You should have that as like a fucking 90-year-old with cancer. That should be like your testosterone. How the fuck young guys have got this? Try it. Look, you already probably know how to improve testosterone, right? Try your best to do it. And like you said, like you're considering like taking testosterone and roids. I'm not sure about steroids, but like I saw this doctor who was saying that he's been starting to put even teenagers on testosterone because of just how low the rates are. It used to be the case that you wouldn't inject testosterone until you're like 30 years old. But now this doctor was saying like, yeah, but now even teenagers have got really low testosterone, and even like healthy teenagers, they're kind of like athletes, they're doing the best that they can. And even they've got the testosterone of like a fucking 90-year-old man with cancer. So it doesn't seem as crazy as it once was to think about that. Obviously, first case scenario, fucking improve it naturally, of course. But like, yeah, it's a fucking fucked up world we lived in with yeah, like Igor said, we've got microplastics in our balls. It's no longer about like, oh yeah, just you just improve it naturally and you just Like, you're young, you'll be fine, whatever. It's not really about your age. It's just, well, what are your symptoms? And yeah, we're the first generation in history where the kids have got lower testosterone, or the teenagers and the young men have got lower testosterone than the fucking 90-year-olds. It's fucked up. Mayonnaise Joe said, Hamza, what are your thoughts on going to the pub/club? I know you're mostly against that sort of thing, but do you not think it's a good idea to make memories? Honestly, you're not making memories in that kind of environment. You're chasing pleasure. There's a difference. Memories come from camping trips, they come from deep work, they come from creativity and real socializing sober. You don't make memories in the pub and the clubs. You don't. I think that's cool, bro. I would understand if you went, because look, I went a lot when I was young as well, so I would understand and I wouldn't like blame you for it, because a lot of social life does happen there. But what I will say is the quality of the social life there, especially the quality of the people, is far lower than the quality of the people who are out in the morning, in the gym, in the library, right? There's probably libraries in your city that you've probably never been to before. And I guarantee if you go at like 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning or a Sunday, you're going to see a person who does, like, there'll be girls in there, even guys, who will be like some of the smartest people you'll meet in your life. They didn't go out last night. They're there, like, reading books, buying books. And one little conversation with them is worth 100 nights out with retards. Get Good Gaming said, Dear Hamza, how can I handle sexual abuse from when I was underage as a man? I've had anxiety for a long time because of it. Sorry if it's deep. How can I handle sexual abuse? Stage one is where you get rid of the worst, most obvious symptoms that are happening. Coping strategies, porn and drugs and junk food. There's probably something that you're doing which is making the situation worse. So most people focus on that. The problem is most people focus on these outward symptoms like the anxiety, for example. The problem is that that's actually your crutch. That's keeping you safe, but it's actually making your life worse overall. Imagine there's a fat guy who was traumatized when he was young, he was attacked, he was sexually abused, and now it's turned into his addiction into food. It's a crutch, but the thing is, if you try and remove that crutch, that was the thing keeping you kind of like emotionally stable. So whenever someone tries to remove their addiction, like porn, video games, junk food, without changing the underlying emotion that's causing them to run towards that addiction, well, then they always, every single time, relapse. Remember, one of the most intelligent things I think I've ever said to you guys, I swear, like, you can quote me on this, right? I've given like 1,000 bits of advice. One of the most intelligent bits of advice I've ever given you is that all these things that we think are problems, like porn, video games, drugs, junk food, they are not problems, they are symptoms of the real problem. And the real problem is usually some crazy past that we've all been through, something traumatic. So we need to heal that directly rather than focusing on the symptoms, the things we're doing to try and help us. So for example, the fat guy who is eating a lot right now because he feels terrible when he's sober, and so he eats a lot to make himself feel safe. He'll come to us and he'll ask, how can I lose weight? And if we focus on it like fucking simpletons and we tell him, oh, calorie deficit, eat more, eat more, eat less, move more, that's fucking bullshit. He eats that because he feels like shit. He doesn't feel safe. He thinks he's going to get raped unless he's fucking like ballooned up 250 fucking pounds. So focusing on helping him to fix his diet is stupid as fuck. Focusing on helping an alcoholic quit alcohol is stupid. For you guys, like porn addiction and video games, no, it's all fucking stupid. It's not like video games you needed to quit. You needed to just get real brotherhood in life. You need to get progression, like goals in life. Video games is just a symptom of the fact that you don't have goals. that you aren't making progress, that you don't have brotherhood, status, and recognition in real life. Food is just a cover up for the fact that we feel unsafe and we need a sense of comfort. So, for you, instead of focusing on the symptoms, focus on the initial emotional problem. And what's the difference from someone who was abused when they were younger and is now healed compared to the difference of the person who was abused when they were younger and is still traumatized? Who knows the answer? There's two guys, both went through the same abuse when they were younger. One person is still traumatized and the other isn't. What's the difference between them two? I've taught you guys this recently. One processed the emotions. Paul got it first. Two people could have had the exact same trauma from the beginning. But if one is still fucked up because of it, it's because he did not process the emotions that are stored inside of him. Trauma is like stored emotions inside of you that have not come out. Anger, tears, pain, resents, all these things are stuck inside of us when we don't feel safe to express them. For example, let's say your dad abuses you when you're young, and when you start to cry, it pisses him off more, and he says, "Don't cry, or I'll hit you again." So then you learn to sort of hold in those tears. You stop crying because now you're scared. You're not allowed to show that emotion. There's injustice that's happening in your family, and if you get angry, your dad will hit you. So you withhold that emotion. This is why when you are an adult, you're going through all this range of fucked up symptoms, like you're overeating, you're anxious, you can't have friendship, relationship, whatever, all these things. And this is why have you guys all seen almost like the cringe videos of people, like usually in Bali actually, where people are kind of releasing these emotions and they start like screaming and crying when they're like meditating in like some event or something. And usually people laugh at that, right? They're like, "Oh, all these spiritual people are so stupid." I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, right? But it's like that's what's the basically that's healing. Healing is where, let's say now you're an adult and you let out that emotion that was stuck inside of you from those earlier painful memories. So people like Bali is a place where a lot of people come to heal. And they'll do like breath work, yoga, meditation, whatever. And when you're healing, you will basically act out the emotion that you were supposed to when all the bullshit was happening. So you might get really angry and start swearing, and you're basically visualizing that you're like swearing at the person that you wanted to swear at when you were younger. You might want to punch something. Usually, most people just burst into tears and they start crying like children. You know, like how a child cries, like like that shit. This is how people start crying when they're adults, when they're processing it, and it looks silly, right? There's usually like a clip that's going viral on Instagram, and everyone's like mocking them, like privileged people, and they're all crying about bullshit, whatever. But actually, like scientifically, the people who are doing this stuff, they're actually doing the exact right thing, and everyone else from like the Western world, they laugh at this because they're just used to repressing the emotions and just having resentments for their wives and husbands for their entire lives instead. So yeah, the short answer is you have to release the emotions that are stuck inside of you. The different ways to do that is think about the story, write it out, write it as like a story, as a book, journal it, talk about what happened. And as you talk about it, let yourself feel like the emotion that was supposed to come out. So you might talk about it to someone. You might journal about it. You might even write like a story of it happening. And as it happens, let yourself feel the emotion. Let it out. Cry if you need to, get angry, whatever. And every single time you do that, you're healing something. Let's go next one. Bajon. Jorn, always wanted to be an entrepreneur. YouTube and music, self-improvement and cultural talk. I can generate views already, but also have other interests and full-time job. Can't get myself to commit. Can't my get myself to commit on being an entertainer. I wonder what you mean by that. By commit, do you mean leaving the full-time job and doing this full-time? Do you mean posting consistently? Can't get myself to commit. YouTube and music stuff. Yeah. Let's see if he types in the chat. How to get on a one-on-one with you following for 3 years. I don't really do one-on-ones, bro. It's it'd just be too expensive if I was gonna like sell it or something like that. Sorry, bro. But sometimes I'll probably start doing some calls in some of the communities in Library of Adonis. I'll see about doing that. There's like a feature that's coming out which I might experiment with next week. But I don't usually offer like one-to-one coaching or anything like that personally. What about someone who is a great friend but cunning when it comes to girls? Cunning. What about someone who is a great friend but cunning when it comes to girls? It's a good thing, right? Or do you mean he's cunning when it's like your girl or something? I wonder. Wait, Jean replied. He said, I have the ability, posting consistently, confused on priority. Main channel entertaining, second channel more self-improvements. You're probably just overthinking things, bro. You're probably just trying to assess something that you don't actually have experience in. You're thinking to yourself like, oh, I bet this one can get more success, but that one can make more money, and this one's got that thing, and this one's got this thing. This is like when someone tells me like, oh, Hamza, I'll do this business, but I think it's going to be too saturated. And I'm like, who the fuck are you to even think about what's saturated or not? Like, you don't even know how to analyze data. What the fuck you on about saturated? What data have you analyzed for this? This is probably what you're going through. It's like, yeah, I thought so. It's like, like, what data have you analyzed to think like, oh yeah, if this was the main channel, it'd make more money? It's bullshit, right? So the only thing that you can rely on, since you don't actually have real experience and like a real analysis of like the market or whatever, is just your own sense of fulfillment. Which one would you be more fulfilled by? Forget about money, forget about views, forget about everything else. Which one would you be more fulfilled with? Just that. Especially when you're starting like a new business or anything and you're a bit more of a beginner. Don't you guys ever have the ego to think you know what it's going to be like and how much money you could make or anything stupid like that. Don't. When young guys say to me like, oh, Hamza, I want to be a YouTuber, but it's too saturated. I'm like, come on, bro. What? You don't know shit. You don't know if something's saturated or not. You don't know. All you can do is try and just see if it feels fulfilling for you today. That's it. That's all. And if it's fucking annoying to do, like if it's actually like, like let's say the 1 or 2 hours you spend on it per day is like shit, then don't do it because you probably wouldn't stick to it then, right? Don't think about like the result because you're probably just guessing what the result could be. Instead, just think about like the time you spending 2 hours on it today. Would that be fulfilling for you? Would you check it off and actually be like getting energy from it? Right? Like, let's say for me with live streaming, right? I can try and like big brain analyze the decision to think like, okay, well, is this going to grow my channel? Is it going to make money? Is it going to do this? Is it going to do that? Or I can just think like I've got no IQ. Live stream fun. Live stream, haha. There we go. Done. Okay, I'll keep live streaming because it's fun. Boom, done. That's honestly a better analysis than just guessing shit. Like for all you guys who go to the gym and you've been switching fucking workout routines this entire time, you're switching from like push pull legs to full body, and this guy says, "No, you can't do bro split." No. Like fuck all that. Stop. We don't like, bro. The science changes every fucking week with like which workout split. Just shut the fuck up and literally just think, which workout split do I like? This is why, on average, guys who do the bro split, the worst scientifically researched split possible, usually have the best physiques because they actually just enjoy the gym 10 times more than the fucking guys doing like full body splits. And then now they're doing upside down bicep curls because one some fucking science based little YouTuber said that was more effective or something, right? Sometimes, especially for us guys, I'm telling you, we're too intelligent. We are too intelligent to the point that it actually like takes away from our success. All of us could do with a little bit of brain damage, like a little bit of CTE, and just start retard maxing. Like whenever you need to like ask a question to yourself or make a decision, just be a bit more of a retard and be like, instead of okay, this this workout routine, I could do full body 3 times a week, but then that one 4 times a week, and your frequency, 10 to 20 volumes. Just shut the fuck up and just be like, what split is fun? YouTube fun. Self-improvement content make me feel good. Then do it. Done. Just retard max. Trying to say like, oh yeah, this one, or the market's really good for this. Bro, you don't know shit about the market. I don't know shit about the market. Oh, that one study said that this split might be better than this one. And then you do it and then it's boring and then you quit and you miss like 2 sessions a week. And suddenly, well, it's not better now, is it? Adherence is the most important part of any kind of decision or program that you get on. Adherence is like how well you can stick to it. So if you had the ability to stick to whatever you plan to do 100%, then yeah, sure, start looking for what's optimal. But there's not a single one of us here who could stick to something 100%, especially if it wasn't enjoyable, right? If there was something that was less enjoyable, but it would get you more progress, a lot of us would say, oh yeah, well, I'll do that thing, right? Because I want to make money as fast as possible. I want to make more gains. But then after like a week, they'll literally fucking quit. So it's like we just need to retard max and make a commitment of like what you actually could stick to. And the way you'll know you'll stick to it is when it's genuinely intrinsically fun today. Like the 1 hour you do that thing is actually fun today. When you try and work for like this result in the future, but it's not really enjoyable today, it's very difficult, like so difficult. It's just human nature to choose the short-term option, the instant gratification. So the only people who really make progress in like self-improvement are the ones who actually quite enjoy the hard work today, because they've just set up a little system to make it enjoyable. They push away the sort of stuff that they don't quite enjoy. They quite like their workouts, for example. Like imagine there's people out there who don't like working out, and most of those people don't go consistently. And a lot of us say like, oh yeah, like, oh, I'm disciplined, bro. But actually, if we're honest, most of us here who think we're disciplined, if we're actually honest, we actually quite enjoy going to the gym, right? So it's easy. It's actually so easy for us to go to the gym because it's genuinely enjoyable. Like your physique is genuinely as good as how much enjoyment you've gotten from the gym. I enjoy gym more than most of you, so my physique's better than most of you. It's just how it works, right? I enjoy business and YouTube more than most people, which means that I've gotten more successful and made more money than most people because it's just fun for me, right? So this is what you need to start like fun maxing, right? This is why I've always been so extreme on self-improvement. And I've told you like no video games and no scrolling and don't waste even 1 hour of your time. And everyone's like, oh, he's so extreme. He's saying to just work hard all day. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, but like this shit's fun for me. Like, so I don't need your fucking 1 hour of video games at the end of the hard day, some shit, because I'm having more fun than you are. Like this was that meme we were talking about yesterday. Like they think I don't know ball, but I know ball. I know what video games feels like because I've played them for 10,000 fucking hours, right? So that if this is enjoyable, it's like how could you compete with me when I actually enjoy my disciplined day? How can you compete? I enjoy making money. I enjoy YouTube. So how is someone who doesn't enjoy it, how is he going to compete? Because we're both disciplined people, but I enjoy it. So my brain literally thinks about extra ideas on how I can improve it. How can you win? People will tell you like, oh, don't optimize for your passion, just optimize for what makes money. But the problem is you're disciplined and your competition is disciplined. But The guy you're competing with actually quite like you're not just competing with retards, you're competing with someone who's disciplined and he enjoys it. So that's the competitive advantage. We're all leveling up discipline, but some of us actually enjoy the things that we're doing. That means we're just going to do it 10 times more. I literally have less fun in the day when I don't work and I don't go to the gym. I have less fun when I don't do these things. So it's like it's so enjoyable for me, right? This is why like I really want you guys to learn this. Anyone who says anything bad about motivation, I'm telling you right now, they are all NPC little retards. Watch. No offense, but I guarantee there'll be one in the chat very quickly. The moment that someone says the word motivation, everyone like who's a fucking NPC, their brain just gets like motivation's a mish, discipline. No, like shut the fuck up. Both things are good for you. But as soon as someone says the word motivation, everyone parrots the same fucking scripted NPC thing of like, oh, actually, discipline's better than motivation. Who the like? Why are we? It's not a fucking competition. Being motivated is an advantage. Enjoying the hard work is a fucking advantage. I don't know why. Like everyone started hating on motivation the last few years. I'm telling you right now that the people who are successful, the guy with the great physique, he enjoys his workouts. Right? Don't you like when you guys look on the internet? I swear to God, you will see so much anti-motivation propaganda, and it's usually from guys who have got a shit physique, skinny neck, and they'll be telling you like, "No, discipline's more important." I'm like, you don't even look disciplined in the first place, so who the fuck are you to speak? This is what motivation fucking looks like. Now, this is motivation plus fucking discipline. But the thing is, fuck discipline if it's just and you're just living like a fucking boring life that you don't even like. Discipline is only really worth it when you're still enjoying life. Otherwise, it's like, what the fuck are you doing it for? You're literally like what's the purpose of life? What's the purpose of your existence here? There's only really one good answer for it, which is to enjoy your existence. Like that's what success is to enjoy your life. And hopefully not from taking drugs or anything, but like you're enjoying your life, you're not hurting people, and you're contributing to society. That's what it is. And motivation is just enjoying the thing that you are doing. So don't get it twisted. You still need discipline because sometimes it might not be enjoyable. You know, every now and then there'll be an extra tough session, sure, fine. But if you can be motivated, you're the one who's winning. If there's two guys, one is disciplined and the other one is disciplined and motivated, the other one is going to fucking kill him. It's so easy to destroy guys who are disciplined, but they don't enjoy their work. It's so easy to destroy guys who are disciplined, but they're not having any fun in the day. It's so easy to destroy them. I love to compete with disciplined guys who aren't enjoying their lives. They're so easy to fuck, honestly. So easy. If someone's not enjoying their work, it's so easy to destroy them. If someone's not enjoying the gym, it's so easy to destroy them. People say it like a flex on the internet, like, "Oh yeah, I'm like disciplined, whatever." And yeah, discipline is nice, but actually, okay, I'm disciplined. I hate the work. I hate working out, but I'm disciplined. Okay, congratulations. You're like a 5 out of 10 human being. I enjoy the work. I enjoy the workouts. I'm still disciplined, but I enjoy the thing that I'm doing. This is next level ambition, right? Low level ambition is I want the physique and I want the muscle, and I don't care if I don't enjoy the journey there. That's like that's basically what every like man's dream has been for the last few hundred years, for like the American dream and the Industrial Revolution. I'll do shit work that I don't enjoy, but I want the results. Okay, congratulations, you're like a 5 out of 10 man. And a guy who's got two testicles, who's a higher level man, will say, okay, well, I want the results, I want the money, I want the physique, but I also want to enjoy it. Like, how is anyone choosing the lower option? Think about it. You've got to choose, which pathway do you guys want? In both of them, we're saying that we want the physique and the money. We want success, right? One guy says, I want success and I don't care if it's not fun or enjoyable. I just want the success. And he's the one that everyone really respects, right? But that's such a low level of ambition, because a higher level of ambition is, okay, well, I want the success, but I actually want it to be fun on the way there. That's like 10 times more ambitious. Hello, Hamza. Hello, Hammy. You are a net positive for young men. I like whiskey and distilling my own alcohol. I don't like clubs, though. Thoughts? I like whiskey and distilling my own alcohol. You know, the way you've said it makes me think you actually get like 10 times more joy and fulfillment from it than like the people who take it for degeneracy. So with this, it's like it's potentially fine. This is the equivalent of someone saying like, "Oh, I am a chef and I love cooking, but sometimes I cook, you know, fairly unhealthy foods. It's over my calories, and to be honest, I want to eat it as well." To that, I'd be like, "Okay, fair enough. I actually get it. It's not like the ultimate discipline thing, but it's part of like your craft, and it makes sense." So I can somewhat understand what you're saying here. It's kind of like a guy saying he's like a game developer and naturally he'll play some games because of that. So it's like it's a half where if I say this now, there's a kid who's saying like, "Oh well, yeah, like I want to get into the esports, so I play League of Legends for 6 hours a day," and that's different, right? But there's a subtle. You guys get what I mean, right? There's a subtle line between like complete cope and actually like, okay, fair enough. You've got a fairly decent point here if you're going to do something which is like a bad habit, but it's like your craft, it's your work or something. It can make sense. I usually wouldn't give this kind of nuance in a YouTube video though, because I know a bunch of guys will just take it the other way. Oh, you know, I really like porn actually, so you know, like, how do we convince my family to move out of the city for uni? It's just a medium for me and my friend to make money online. They don't get it. 17 and Indian. It's just a medium of my friend. Do you mean as if you're gonna tell them you're going to uni, but you're just gonna go in and work on a business instead? How to convince my family to move out of the city for uni. It's just a medium for me and my friend to make money online. They don't get it. I wonder what you mean with this. How do you convince my family to move out of the city? You've just got to make the decision and actually speak to your parents like an adult. Most parents don't listen to their children properly because one, your room has smelt like cum for the last 10 years. So can you blame them that they still think of you as a little fucking Jeffrey? I can't. If my son's room smelt like cum and he's been shouting at his computer, at his video games and his gay little friends on Discord for the last like 10 years straight, I think he's a fucking pussy, right? And now because he's working on a business. But the thing is, him being on his computer already seems like Jeffrey shit to me, right? Like imagine if you were a father and your son was a complete Jeffrey. If he stopped being a Jeffrey and he started to work on businesses, the thing is, you wouldn't really notice for a few like years, maybe. Remember, you know what I mean, right? You wouldn't really focus, like you wouldn't notice for a few years because every time you'd see him on his computer, you just assume that he's still just fapping and playing games or whatever. Even if he's now working on businesses, you just associate his his gaming chair with BS that he's doing. So that's one reason why parents don't listen to their children is because, yeah, well, your track record is pretty poor, right? You don't deserve to be respected by your parents. You know, cum has a smell. And you know, if you've ejaculated 1,000 times in your room, you know it has that smell. You do realize just because you don't smell it doesn't mean other people don't. Like there's a very like specific smell of like semen, very specific. And if you jack off like once a day on average for 2, 3, 6 years straight, your room has that musk to it. You do realize that, don't you? And then we say like, oh, but you know, my parents don't believe in me. You know, they're not supporting my dream. Whatever. I've told them that I want to do this and whatever. Right. So yeah, I don't blame them for not believing us. Honestly, right? They smell it. They know. We thought we were like so good. You know, we were hiding it. No, they know. Okay, our parents know that we did that. Right. And so then when we finally get on self-improvement and we want some respect from them, of course they don't believe us right away. And also because of the way you speak to them as well. When they ask you, what do you want to do with your life? And you say, well, I'm thinking about starting a business. What they hear is, I'm a fucking little pussy. You've got to make the decision. Because you said the T word to them, right? Right? How many of you still use the T word? I'm thinking about starting a business. I'm thinking about becoming a YouTuber. What you're saying to your dad is, I'm a fucking bitch. I'm thinking. This is what your parents see is like, oh yeah, he's an absolute little pussy. He's waiting for us to give him the okay. There's a difference between telling your parents, oh, I'm thinking about becoming a YouTuber, to I'm going to be a YouTuber. There's a difference. When you speak to your parents like a man, they will treat you like one. When you ask them for permission and you say, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? That's when, of course, they're not going to respect you. Of course, they're not. Right? They're going to think like, okay, that he's still a little kid. So, Charlie, let's go, man. You joined at a good time, bro. We're talking about coming. Super Cat said, why choose one when you can strive for both? Yeah. Discipline plus fun at the same time. Let's go, boys. You joined at the wrong time, bro. I think Charlie's going to start streaming soon. We had Sneeko in here before, bro. Charlie, what's been happening with you, bro? Yeah, Hussein came in here as well, didn't he? Streaming's been sick, man. It's so enjoyable, and it doesn't even feel like work. Honestly, it just feels like a big group chat. How was the kickboxing training today? Yeah, it was so good. My cardio's definitely a little bit worse than it was just before the fight. My endurance is good, but like, the HIIT style cardio, like zone 5 cardio, that's it's been a little bit tougher, I'll be honest. Last like few rounds. Actually, every round, but the last like 10, 15 seconds is extra gassed. But other than that, man, it's been good, man. It's been so good to get back into the vibe of it, hanging out with my coach James. And yeah, so good. I'll show you the clip again for anyone who's not seen it. I just posted it on my Instagram if you guys haven't got me on there. Pretty nice, eh? I came back home and there's flowers delivered for me. You can't really see it, but yeah. This was my physique today. It's not really in focus with it. That's about it. Not gonna lie, looking sharp as no glaze. Just goon to your story, bro. Charlie said, how's your wife hunts going now? Still a bit mid, bro. I've got a big heart. And yeah, there was one girl that I really liked. I still do, but yeah, we'll see. How's it with you, bro? I'm pretty sure you got a girl, didn't you? You hunted a female down. You got to teach me how to do that, bro. Teach me what tactic I can use. How did you manipulate her, bro? My mind's still fucked from 10 years of red pill shit. Game and pickup. Yeah, what was the script that you used, bro? I got a good one, bro. Fuck yeah. Happy for you, man. I think you've been together for a little while now, haven't you? That's good, bro. Who has a good girl in their life type one in the chat? Six months, so early days. But it was a fucking miracle, let me tell you. Happy for you, man. Couple of ones, but way less than you'd usually see anytime I tell you guys to like type one in the chat. Hey Hamza, I've been married to my dream man for almost 13 years. Would love to give you some romance advice. Please, honestly, I'm desperate. See you later, Charlie. Thank you for coming in, man. One sec. From everything that you guys know about me, what do you think I'm doing wrong in dating? What do you think I could improve on? Bro just called us poor by switching his lights off. Sleeping around, too casual and lustful. Searching for a unicorn. What do you think is the place of lowering your standards? Because in some ways you want to say, okay, have high standards because then you meet someone who's really amazing. But in another way you can say, well, that will cause too high expectations. Not religious enough for a good wife. Yeah. Could it be that simple? Could it be that the only thing I'm missing is that I am not religious, and by definition, the most highest quality women are all religious, and well, they want you to have God in your life too. So if I became more religious and I understood it and I practiced, then it would make me more attractive to the highest quality women. But then if that was the case, wouldn't so many religious guys have amazing girls? But then I know so many religious guys who don't at all. Waiting for the perfect girl because of high standards. Yeah, but I wonder if that's like there's such a good argument to like not have high standards, because then this is why so many people are not getting into relationships these days. Vet her and her family, then marry without the dating. Yeah. "30 years old here, still single, but if I were to go back to my early 20s, I'd tell dudes to chill out on trying to get laid often and just commit to one girl and build a bond with them." Everyone's saying yes. I forgot what question I asked. Fuck. Guess we'll never know. Do you guys think I'm fucking really, really cool and that you should all buy my courses? See, look, everyone's saying yes. That's crazy. So top link in the description, boys. Uh, High expectations aren't even that high these days. Yeah, do you think it's like such a high expectation to like you want a girl who, for example, she like are my expectations that high that you want a girl who, for example, is not entertaining other men? You don't want her to be texting 20 fucking other guys when you guys are even together. You want her to just have the awareness that that's like disgusting behavior, that she should not be texting 20 fucking other guys when you guys are dating, that she should not be keeping in touch with any fucking guys that she's been with in the past, any guys who would fuck her given the chance, that she should not be hanging out in like an indecent kind of setting or social situation that could lead to cheating, that she should not entertain any guy who comes up and like cold approaches her. Is that like high expectations, honestly? Because that this is the expectations I've had, and I've broke up with so many girls very quickly because, like, you know, they'll get approached by a guy and they won't even tell him that they've got a girlfriend. They'll like talk and laugh for like a minute straight, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how fucked is that, right? When I've been in a relationship and a girl speaks to me, I make it known I have a girlfriend within like 10 seconds. Literally, like, you know, okay, I go to the sauna and a girl says something and I say like, "Oh yeah, me and my girlfriend came here for a workout today." Boom. That's all it has to take, right? You would want a partner who does that, right? Right? It's just like that's not a fucking huge expectation, like a really high standard, right? But I'm surprised how little there's people like that. Or like, okay, you date a girl, or even for girls who dating guys, you date someone and it's like they still have everyone from their past in their contact list, and people are reaching out every few weeks, and they're even entertaining the conversation. Let's say you get into an official relationship with a girl, and a guy who's fucked her a few months ago messages her, and she still replies and speaks to him a little bit. It's like how fucked up is that? That's not like crazy high fucking standards, is it? Because I swear to God, like the majority of girls that I've met, they don't even live up to that standard. Like they're in a real relationship with you, and they literally will still like reply to guys who are DMing them who would fuck them given the chance. They still have like the numbers and the follow account of everything of like everyone who they've been with. Like that's not like that's such a low bar to not fail, right? That means she has low self-esteem. Yeah, probably just like a craving of validation from more people. Do you think girls should block their exes? It's something my ex and I were talking about as we try and move on from each other. I'd say there's nuance and it depends on the situation. Because if they can't, like, if they're not going to contact each other, then you don't need to block, for example. But let's say, for example, you date a girl and her ex still texts her and she like replies. It's like that's fucked up, right? And I think stuff like this is happening in so many relationships. Like it's so easy to get a girl who is in a relationship. It's like girls, most like it seems to me most girls and probably guys as well. Like most people in relationships, they're just so not loyal. They keep the door open. Does anyone else feel sick about the thought of like, okay, you date a girl, you really love her, she loves you, but she still has like everyone on her phone, her Instagram. She still follows like 5, 10 guys that she's dated, she's been talking to, whatever. She maybe still likes their pictures a little bit. They pop up every now and then and she responds. Like type one in the chat if that like is completely against your values and that's like basically cheating for you. If she still follows guys from the past, they reply to her story, she reacts to their story, whatever. Because I don't know how the fuck it I swear I'm the only fucking man in the world who's got 2 testicles, right? Or is it you guys have got fucking 2 balls as well with alongside me, right? Because how the fuck am I seen as like crazy for this? Right? I'm not crazy for this, right? You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? It's fucking nice to see there's other men with 2 fucking testicles in the world. I feel like the only 2 bald man who's got fucking a spine in the world these days. Every fucking guy I seem to meet, they all just are like they just accept this from a girl. They'll like accept me like coming up cold approaching their fucking girlfriend and they'll just be sat there like awkwardly and like she's not even telling me that she has a fucking boyfriend or something like that. The fuck? Yeah, like right, you've raised this well. I don't know how the fuck it's so normal. This like micro cheating throughout the entire relationship. Like girls will be like, and guys as well. But look, people will be like replying to like people that fucked before. You know, like some guy months ago fucked her, and when he sends her a message, she'll respond. You know, he'll say like, "Oh, hey, are you still in this country?" Whatever, and she'll still reply. And that's like in the modern day, that's not even seen as attractive. That's not even seen as like cheating. That's just like, oh well, yeah, just be more secure, dude. It's not that bad, bro. The fuck is this? All right, it's nice to see like there's maybe fucking 50 guys who've got 2 balls in the entire fucking world. Because I swear to God, and what she's posting on social media, what the like, she like literally posing with her fucking ass out on social media. Is she replying to guys? Is she opening the door for them? If a random guy calls her, will she pick up the fucking call? How am I like? I'm like the only guy who's not okay with this. I'm the only guy who's got a fucking spine. Because every fucking guy I speak to, I swear to God, they'll act like they're okay with this shit. Bro, I've broken up with multiple girls on the spot seeing them, where a guy cold approaches her and she entertains the conversation for like a minute. And I'm looking at them, right? Because I'm thinking if she's a good girl, she'll point towards me any second to say, like, oh yeah, like me and my boyfriend are doing this workout. You know, just subtly. You don't have to be an asshole and say, like, don't talk to me, I've got a boyfriend, whatever. But just, with a bit of intelligence, if a guy cold approaches your girl, you want her with a bit of intelligence to look at him and say, like, he says, like, oh, hey, do you know what time the gym closes? Some shit like that. He's just trying to get his foot in the door. And she says, like, oh, I'm not too sure. I've just come here with my boyfriend. It's like the first time. Maybe he'll know. She just says something like that, which basically tells this guy, okay, I've got a fucking boyfriend, right? If she just says that and she points towards you, you'll be like nodding your head thinking, okay, that's a great sign. But like most girls, if they get cold approached, like let's say you're at the gym with her, if they get cold approached and this guy wants to fuck her, she will literally just entertain the full conversation. He gets a free testosterone boost and he's literally walking away thinking, okay, I didn't get her number this time, but if I speak to her 1 or 2 more times, I'll be able to bend her over and fuck the shit out of her. He walks away thinking that about your girl. It's not his fault. He's not a bad person for this. He's a single fucking guy. It's your girl's fucking fault, right? For the love of God, tell me I'm not the only fucking man with a spine, right? You guys agree with me here, right? Why the fuck? Like every fucking guy I see is a pussy. Every fucking guy in the world, apart from like me and 50 fucking other men with 2 fucking balls and a spine, is like thinking that this is normal. Oh, it just be secure, bro. Why are you so insecure, bro? No, it's insecure to be okay with this because no fucking guy is actually okay with this. This is real security when you can say that this shit pisses you off, right? These guys like they'll try and say shit to me when I talk about this, saying like, "Oh, that's you're just being insecure." I'm like, "No, you're the insecure one that you can't even fucking say that this is like disgusting for you." And this is the same for girls saying this about us, right? If like, look, I'm saying this to you guys. You better be as fucking loyal as we want our girls to be then. Because, like a lot of people judge me negatively because I look like a fucking asshole, right? But I'm telling you right now, I've never cheated in my fucking life. Never cheated. When I am in a relationship, and I'm not cheating. I am literally like, I am so smooth with rejecting girls. Like I can tell you so many times they'll go, well, because what girls approach me, when girls approach me, they'll randomly talk about some bullshit. You know, they'll keep looking at me, they'll say something. Within 5 seconds, the girl will know that I've got a girlfriend. Within 5 seconds, because that's what I want my girl to do for me. If my girl gets cold approached, I want her to point towards me right away and intelligently bring up the fact that she's got a boyfriend. So I do that exactly when I've got a girlfriend too. Is that not just bare fucking standard? I've left multiple girls that I really like thought were like decent just because they got cold approached and they just entertained the conversation fully. And I looked at them and I was like, "You're a piece of shit." Honestly, I didn't say that, but like this, the last time this happened, I sat down afterwards. It was like we were in the sauna together, and she went outside the sauna, and two guys started to talk to her. Right, they're like, bro, they would have fucked her given the chance, of course. So I saw it and I was like, just thinking for, it hurt, but I saw it for a few seconds thinking, okay, any moment now she's going to turn around and point towards me, and she didn't. So I walked out the sauna, went and got my stuff, and she came over probably smiling. And I just looked her in the eyes and said, that was so disappointing. Those guys wanted to fuck you and you entertained the conversation with them. We're over. She starts crying and whatever. Oh, I didn't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're always a hoe in my eyes from now on. Done. That's it. My perception of you will never improve now because I know what type of person you are. Done. I With my ex-girlfriend, I let it slide. Right. Or I broke up with her, but then I just basically like didn't break up with her. Basically, like I saw a guy approach her, she entertains the conversation. And she comes up to me in a second and she's same stupid little face, right? She's smiling, whatever, and she sees that I'm pissed off and she's like, "Oh, what happened?" And I'm like, "You just entertained that guy. He would fuck you given the chance. That's cheating. You just cheated on me." And her face drops because she realizes what how fucked up she's just done, right? In front of me as well. So I get my stuff and I walk out of the gym and she follows me as well. And I've basically just broken up with her here. And I'm kind of like shouting as I'm going back to the hotel that we're staying in. And she's crying and everything when we're in there. And I was just the bitch that I basically, even though I broke up with her, I basically just kind of stayed with her for another year past this fucking point. And I never ever trusted her again. So I made this as a lesson for me is like, I will never trust a woman past this point. If her father is such a little bitch that he couldn't teach her how to be a good woman, it's not my job to save her. If she doesn't know that you shouldn't entertain a guy who wants to fuck you in front of your fucking boyfriend, fuck you. What the hell? Your father deserves to be slapped in his stupid little soy boy face, right? Right? Am I wrong for thinking this? It's a father's and like a big brother's fucking fault, right? The whole family's fucked up. She will entertain a guy who wants to fuck her in front of you. Too far gone. Disgusting. Get out of here. Smelly. Right? Fuck that father. Bro, I'll never respect a woman like this. I'll never trust her. And I'll never respect any of her like family members after this point. How the fuck can I sit down with a brother or a father and shake their little gooning hands now? How can I sit down with her family and have any respect for them? How can I call her father like my father-in-law when he's probably a fucking little Jeffrey little bitch? Right? Tell me I'm not the only fucking guy with two balls. Because I swear to God, boys, I'll be honest with you. I honestly feel fucking lonely in this world. It's like me and like four guys that I know who have both balls and a fucking spine. And it seems to me like every other man in the fucking world is a bitch when it comes to this situation. Like I feel so lonely that I'll meet guys who are jacked. I'll meet guys who make money, and they're always little bitches when it comes to this. Like their girls are flirting. I've met guys who are jack successful, and I thought I was gonna fuck their girlfriends before I actually met them. Like so, once I met them, I didn't flirt with a girl, but I flirted with their girlfriends first. Then I realized, oh, they're in a relationship. I speak to the guy; he's kind of nice, and I'm just thinking, like, I literally thought I was gonna fuck your girlfriend, and that's okay for you. How can another man be leaving a conversation with your girl genuinely thinking that he could fuck her? Like, and look, some guys are delusional, right? Some guys will like think every girl wants them, sure. But the thing is, most guys aren't. Especially, look, if you're like a bit of a confident guy, you've cold approached a bunch of girls like I have. I'm not like crazy or delusional, right? You can imagine I don't leave every conversation with a girl thinking, oh yeah, she wants to fuck me. No, of course not. I'll sometimes speak to a girl and I can tell she's not into me. She walks away, whatever. I'm not a fucking delusional. So imagine if I fucking speak to a girl and I genuinely think, oh yeah, within two more conversations I could probably fuck her, and then I see like on Instagram or something that she's in a relationship, and I'm like with a guy that I even know, and I'm looking at it like, what the fuck? I literally thought, like, I'll probably fuck this girl like this week. I'm so lonely, honestly. Because how I can't be friends with fucking little pussies, right? I can't be friends with guys that are okay with this. This shit gets me heated, man, honestly. You can't be friends with guys like this. Okay, you're not going to date the girl. If you mess up like I've done in the past and still like fall in love with a girl, you'll never trust her. You'll always know her foundation was always fucked up. You'll always know. You'll never respect her family. Never. If you date a girl like this, you will never respect have her. You will never respect her family. Never. Her mother, you'll think she's a hoe. Her father, you'll think he's a little pussy. Never. Even her big brother, whatever, you'll think he's a fucking pussy. Never. We live in the age of the cuck. I am honestly disgusted by like the age that we live in. Do you remember how sometimes I've said to you guys, we live in the time of the extremes? You know how it feels like everyone's getting worse, but that's actually not true because we're getting better, right? It's not that like the entire world's getting worse. It's that some people are becoming like complete Jeffreys and some people are becoming like Adonises. Some people have become subhumans and some people are becoming superhumans. We live in two extremes, right? We live with like the giga cucks of society today, like the guy who's okay with her girlfriend flirting with her male friend that she'll go and fuck after they break up. And then we also live now in the time of the guys who are bringing back like strong values to a relationship. This is the right side of history, honestly. Like, fuck, like I've made so many fucking mistakes, right? I fucked up so much in my life, but we can 100% say that we are on the right side of history. Faith, family, discipline, willpower, community, brotherhood, virtue. This is the right side of history. And don't you ever let any of these little cucks try and shame you and say, "Ah, you're so insecure." What you want, you're not okay with your girl wearing dental floss outside. You're not okay with your girl wearing underwear outside. Oh, you're so insecure, bro. Let them fucking try and gaslight us. Let them try and say all this shit about us. For years, this was my values. And I always kept it kind of quiet because I didn't know a single person who was like me, like a single guy like me, right? Because I grew up in the UK. Everyone's a cuck there. Everyone in Europe is a cuck. Everyone in America is a cuck. Everyone in Australia is a cuck. So I was like the one non-cuck from in that fucking country. That's what it seemed like to me. Maybe there was like three other guys out of the entire fucking country. But I always felt like this was so wrong, like how prevalent cheating is, and how little standards men have in relationships. Because women have got really high standards in relationships, right? Women have got really high standards in relationships, but men have got such low standards. They'll sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay with her flirting with other guys." What the fuck? I am so glad. Like, see this chat, but Owami Sebeko. I am so glad that I had the fucking balls not only to feel like this and to invoke this belief in my relationships, but also to have the balls to actually say this to you. Because everyone in your life, let's say 99% of influence in your life has told you to be okay with being a cuck. Right, all the movies you watched, all the TV shows, the music, the culture, school, all of this conditions you to be a fucking cuck and to be okay with micro cheating in a relationship. And I'm so glad that even though this is so anti-PC, misogynist, like, like cancelable, I'm so glad I had the fucking balls and spine not only to first live this way myself and then actually be able to tell it to you guys. Do you know how many people have called me a fucking misogynist? Do you know how many people genuinely think I hate women? Do you know how many people think I'm like some evil fucking person for this? Just because I'm not okay with being like cheated on. I'm not okay with like a girl who's entertaining other guys. All this time I was fucking right. And now it's getting to the point where like a lot of guys are now waking up and thinking, well, yeah, of course, this completely makes sense. Do you know the courage I needed to be able to talk like this 5 years ago when this shit was not spoke about? Bro, 5 years ago, most people would have still considered themselves to be feminist. Most girls would have, most even guys would have. But I'm so fucking glad I had the courage to do this. So glad. Not just for myself, but now we've got hundreds, we've got thousands, we've maybe got hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of guys who are like this now. This is why when I think about religion, I always lean more towards Islam because it seemed like everyone was right in it in the chat. It seems like Islam fixes this. Yeah. It's the bare minimum in a proper Muslim country. Yeah. Yeah, I just got so fucking agitated by that. I'm not gonna lie. I need to kind of I had some pent up. Ugh. I think I've had that kind of like angry energy. Not even angry, but just kind of like it's not even angry. You know what it is? I think it's just disappointments. I think I'm disappointed at the state of the world and I'm angry at the way that I've been treated by my defense of it. I'm not angry at the women themselves. I'm angry at the little cucks who try to make me seem like a bad guy for my values. I'm angry at them. I'm disappointed at the women and I'm disappointed at their fathers, but I'm angry towards the secure men, the guys who are so secure. Oh, I'm so secure. I let my girl get fucked by her friends. Oh, I'm so secure. My girl can have male friends. Oh, I'm so secure. Whatever. That's who I'm angry at. But just more disappointment, honestly. Having good values puts a target on your back now. It really did for the last 5 years. But we are living in the most interesting time in history where we have just had like the dark ages. And very recently, things have started to change. It's now normal for quite a lot of people to not watch porn. It's normal for quite a lot of people now to be considering or reintegrating religion back into their lives, especially like the young generation, the Gen Z kids. They all know this stuff now. They make fun of each other if they watch porn or if they're like addicted to brain rot or something, right? We're living in the emergence of good values again. Like it's pretty cool to be religious again. You know what I mean? Like a few years ago it wasn't. But right now it's actually like we all kind of respect the guy who's religious, right? Imagine if you saw that I was like praying or if you saw that I was like religious. You most like I'd say probably about 90% of you would have more respect for me, right? Which is kind of cool because about 5 years ago, that probably wouldn't have been the case. 5 years ago, if I posted an Instagram reel where I had like 2, 3 girls on my arm, that would have gotten me more respect. Now, if someone does that, like everyone looks at it and be like, oh, that's gay as fuck. Like, what a soulless little asshole. Right? This is and this is what it is. Look, we honestly, boys, honestly, remember when we used to say the word like the term, the war on masculinity? Honestly, we kind of won that shit. It's still there in some places. It's still there. We still have to fight. We still have to grow. But it's not like how it was a few years ago, where you'd get cancelled for talking about anything like this. They'll just delete your account or something. It's not like how it was anymore. People actually now have started to believe this, right? A few years ago, like, do you guys know how much social suicide I went through for you? Do you know that? Do you know like my first Instagram account with all my like high school friends, I got it up to 200,000 followers, it got banned. Do you know that like almost every social circle I was in, when they saw like the videos where I would talk about this stuff, I was seen as like the crazy misogynist or something. What? He's not okay with his girl cheating on him? That's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, he's a misogynist. He hates women. Do you know how many fucking people have thought that about me? When if you've actually watched a lot of my videos, you'll be thinking he fucking loves women. He loves love and he wants he's fucking improved his life so much just to try and like have a family, right? But as soon as you say you don't want your girl dressed in dental floss outside and you don't want to wear an underwear outside, like just underwear and nothing else, then suddenly it's, oh, well, yeah, you hate, do you hate women? You're misogynist. Like, do you know how many fucking social circles I've been in? And it seems like, oh, yeah, okay, he's the crazy one, whatever. Right? Dressed in dental floss. Oh, you hear that shit? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. I got fucking banned from a gym because of this as well. And not even because of this. I got banned from a gym because of a video I made about nofap. Literally, like a bunch of you actually know which specific video. It was the full willpower guide. This gym I was going to in the UK in my hometown. I went there for a week every morning. The owner of the gym trained me herself. It was like, I'm not gonna lie, it was like an LGBT person, right? So you can already imagine. And I swear to God, I kind of had a feeling I knew it was gonna happen. And I was nothing but respect. I didn't even talk about YouTube when I was there. There's even a video she posted of me on her Instagram where it's like, a little reel of like us all training. And you literally see me open the door for a different woman and stuff, right? Like I was wholesome there. Literally, I didn't even talk about like YouTube shit, bro. It's like I was doing 5 or 6 a.m. classes there. So I wasn't even there. Like, so anyway, women with a body count. I wasn't talking about shit. Right? I was just there to fucking work out, right? And I left the gym. I traveled somewhere else, right? But I probably would have went back. And then I got an email. Well, my sister sent me a message and she was like, "Oh, don't look at the email they sent. It's really bad." So obviously I went and went and fucking looked at it, like, and she was like, the owner of the gym was like, "Dear Hamza, I want you to know that I've banned your membership and you're no longer welcome here at this gym. We've seen your YouTube video that you talked about like masturbation and that it's like bad for you or something. We do not allow peddlers of toxic masculinity, gross misogyny into our gym. And then she used the brown thumbs up emoji or some shit like that, even though she's white. I got banned from a fucking gym for teaching you guys about nofab. Yeah, my sister's my assistant, so she replied to it because she was like, "Oh, why did you use a brown emoji? Because I've seen your pictures. You're white. Why did you use a brown emoji?" And the owner of the gym was like, "Oh, we just use like random ones, whatever." Like, I wonder if I've still got the email. I forgot what the gym was called though. What was the gym called? Some of you have seen. I think I've posted the email before. Some of you have seen it, haven't you? Maybe I'll find it again. I'll post it somewhere else. But I wonder if you guys already saw me post it somewhere. But yeah, small price to pay to spread the truth. Yeah, start using the brown emoji now, boys. Sweet. We're gonna leave it there, boys. I'm kind of like heated now. I need to go and release this energy. This is why all the streamers just make like random noises, isn't it? They're just trying to release the trauma. Thank you for having me, boys. It's gonna be my bedtime in a minute, so I'm just gonna hop off now. See everyone tomorrow. Bye bye.